We're here with our old friend, Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, you just told me something very important that you wanted me to say, but I don't remember what it was, so can you say it for me? It was something about numbers and percentages and things that I don't understand.
This is the best way for loan officers to keep the majority of the revenue that they earn every year, just like a real estate agent.
Got it.
You know, real estate agents pay what we call a cap in industry. Normally, it's around $16,000 to $20,000, and then after they pay in their commission to reach that for the company, they keep 100% of it. So we're going to do the same thing at Richard Toccato Companies. You as a loan officer are going to pay us a cap of $16,000, and everything else you keep, everything else you earn is yours. So real quick, an example: if you make $200,000 in a year, I'm going to take $16,000 of it, and then you're going to keep $184,000. The traditional model that loan officers work on now, they do $200,000 in revenue, and they keep about $80,000 or $100,000.
Really?
So this is going to change the game. We're going to do what other real estate firms have been doing for years, but we're doing it on the mortgage broker side.
And this is something that's not being done anywhere. It's totally different.
Totally different, not being done anywhere else. We're also going to have revenue share. So if you bring loan officers to us, you're going to make money off, you're going to make money from a downline, just like EXP or Keller Williams.
Wow.
So it's you got to check it out. Just go to workwithrichard.info. It's simple, workwithrichard.info. See if it's for you. Give me a call. Let's have a conversation.
Okay, you want me to try to say it?
Yeah, you say it.
Check it out, workwithrichard.info.
Hi, I'm Thomas Davis, and let me tell you why I'm a proud member of Team Neogenics.
If your nagging pain is keeping you from being active, do something about it. Join the long list of pros and average Joes who have found relief with our stem cell and regenerative therapies.
After trying all the others, I decided to try Neogenics. My knees and shoulders haven't felt this good since my college days. If you want to get back in the game, do what I did. Visit Neogenics, where all you have to lose is pain.
Our nation's second president, John Adams, always slept on the left side of the bed. He believed this would increase his chances of having positive dreams and a more successful next day. That's why every mattress we sell here at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress includes a left side.
And for those that prefer waking up on the right side of the bed, our mattresses come with one of those too.
This President's Day, you can save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic sets. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little extra. Uncensored, unedited, and almost uninterrupted. Get ready for the most extra podcast known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
Wait, hang on. I'm trying to find this story that is. I couldn't believe that this story popped up today that would go so well with a story of something that I was going to talk about today that happened Saturday. So let me find it here, because it's just going to add so much drama to it. You know. All right. Here's the story. This woman says that she was in line at the grocery store, and there was a woman that was ahead of her in line, and she was buying all of the stuff that she had gotten, doing it on the conveyor belt, and she was getting name brand kind of stuff and, the expensive kind of thing, but she didn't have enough money because she was using, the food stamps.
EBT
yeah, whatever. Card, yeah. And so they got through ringing her up, and she didn't have enough money. So she said that the checker and the bag person looked at her like, are you going to pay the remainder of this for her? And she goes, usually I do help people when I can, but I really legitimately couldn't afford to pay for her stuff and what I had gotten. And so they just kept staring at her like, well, and so did the woman in front of her who didn't have the money. Start just looking at her like, well, obviously you're going to take care of this, right?
Just turns and stares at her like, will I help here?
So she says, I'm sorry, I can't do. So then it was a woman doing the bagging of the groceries, pulled out her wallet and just put her card up there to run like, you bitch, I'll have to do it myself. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I'll do it. Now, again, that's according to this person telling the story. But have we gotten to that point where you just like look at somebody and go, okay, obviously you're going to do this, right? This person has less money than you because she's using, the EBT card and food stamps or whatever.
So if you're not using EBT, you're supposed to just automatically make up the difference for somebody who is.
Or I guess if you look like you've got more money than they do, I don't know. But it's obviously an entitlement you feel that you have at the grocery store. And that's what I saw Saturday. My son had asked me a couple of weeks ago, he just like scantly mentioned that that I haven't made this crawfish pasta dish in a long time. And that he wanted me to make that soon. Well, he never asked for anything like that. And so I said, I'm gonna do that for him Sunday because, we stay gone all day Saturday. So I got up Saturday morning, went to the store to get all the ingredients so I could do it Sunday. Well, when I went to check out, this is one of those places that has far more self-checkout things than they have checkers in the aisles, where there was an old woman in there. When I say old, I don't mean in age so much as actions and culture. Okay. Because she seemed to be in her probably mid to late 60s, but she was acting like she was 85.
I understand.
And there was one full service lane open, and the rest of them were self checkout. And she's standing there because the line's long in the in the full service one, and she's standing there and she's yelling, looking at their employees as they're standing by, the ones that are guiding people into the lanes and all that. And she goes, "It is ridiculous that y'all only have one person checking. Look at all these people. My husband's in the hospital, and I've got to get my stuff and go. And I'm wondering what. Okay, you got a bunch of groceries there. Your husband's in the hospital, okay, but it's obviously not an emergency situation where he's been rushed to the hospital or you'd just be gone, or he didn't just get to the hospital and you're trying to get to him. He's been in the hospital, I guess, for a while, and you took a break to go grocery shopping.
So she's doing full grocery shopping.
Yeah, still feels like that because of the fact that her husband's in the hospital, she should get special treatment. Now, if I would have been in the full service lane, I would have let her go in front of me, but that would have been about all I could do.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I was over actually, I was behind her if I wanted to get into the lane, to the full service. But I went over to the self-service one. And then she just came over there, and she's looking, and then she pushed her cart back over to the other lane, the full service, and then she just kept going back and forth and yelling at everybody. And she's going, "Y'all don't take checks over there, do you?" Pointing at the self-checkout thing. She goes, "No, ma'am, we don't." And then she starts in again. "Well, my husband is in the hospital." And And then at one point she said, "My husband is I've been with him at the hospital for 3 days, and I am in a hurry to get home." And so she was tired from being in the hospital. She got a lot on her,
stressed out.
But still, you can't just go and start acting like that because your husband's in the hospital. And it was one of the weirdest forms of entitlement that I've ever seen. Can you please let me do this and break the rules because, my leg is bleeding and I've got to get to the emergency room. That's one. But my husband's been in the hospital for a while and I'm tired. I don't get it. But anyway, she went like up and down, and then finally she said, "You need to figure out how to take a check over here at these checkout lines." And the girl goes, I don't even know how to take a check over here, but let me get my manager." So she goes to get the manager, and then I was done. I left. So I don't know if they let her go through there and then write a check to be able to do it. And then again, I don't know if she would be able to scan her own groceries and bag them and everything.
No way.
I love that though. You need to learn how to take a check over here. Bitch, you need to learn how to damn Apple Wallet works. Like, come on. You got to get a debit card.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What would you have been doing, Riggins? I know you don't really like it when you're up in that kind of stuff, but you love it when you're the fly on the wall.
Yeah, you know what would have been the right thing to do? If she's complaining that loud, somebody from the right thing to do. Now, this would be hard to do. You walk over to her and you say, hey, can I help you do the self-checkout? And then ring up all her stuff for her and put it in bags for her. That would have been like a kind...
But how's she going to pay for the self-checkout? She's writing a check.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you can't pay with a check there?
No, I don't think so.
Like, now what you going to do?
That was her problem, is that she was in
Don't try to modern day Mr. Rogers. Modern day Mr. Rogers, come on.
What you going to do? You can't help her?
I wouldn't call her a bitch, I know that.
Well, I wouldn't have done that either in the moment.
No, like I said, I would have offered her to go in front of me, but I wouldn't have. That's about all I could do because I don't know about how to get a check. I could scan her stuff for her and bag it, but then again, her problem was that she didn't want to wait, and that she had a check.
Yeah.
And she couldn't pay with a
She's
with a
been a
debit
pain
card.
in the ass, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But I think the solution is, I don't know, or everybody in front of her should have been like, okay, well, go ahead.
Once you know that she's, once you know that she's, husband's in the hospital, she's clearly stressed out.
You do what you got to
Let's
do.
do like, man, why don't you go ahead and jump in front of me?
Yeah.
You know, go ahead.
Right.
But an incredible level of entitlement and a pain in the ass for sure.
But I get, that she's stressed. Her husband's in the hospital and all that. But
Doesn't
once
make it
you
okay.
once you saw that, the situation was what it was, then I mean, I just don't understand why waiting, an extra 3-4 minutes or whatever it is, gets built up in people so much that it's just because you just like. Rob just sitting there thinking about standing in a line that's going to take a lot longer than he expected it to be. He'd just keep driving, that kind of thing. I guess it's because I'm a very patient person. I guess is what it is. I'm such a patient person, and the last person with a sense of entitlement.
Okay.
It's which
Or
young and old alike could be more like me.
Don't really
like
know what
I
to
am.
say, but okay. That's the lesson for today.
Yeah.
If we all were more like TJ, none of this would have ever happened.
Exactly.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
If you're so frustrated because you're having to run around all the time, you're so busy, you feel like you're not getting your family something great to eat, then you need Culver's. It's the perfect thing for you. Always made to order, fresh, hot ingredients all day, every day.
And not only do they have the freshest ingredients all day, every day, but they are a part of the community. They're proud to be a part of the Indian Trail community, where they're under new ownership. Belmont, University area, Salisbury. Make them a part of your daily routine. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Get details at acetj.com/Culver's.